Welcome back to the Caps Off podcast.
Presented by the Game Day.
Yeah,
Felipe.
This is the intro of the year right here, man.
Nice job.
Like, it's not often you get this wonderful voice intro on the podcast, but
It's a good one, man.
Nothing
today,
Great route
Felipe.
runner.
I'm actually a little hoarse.
Great route
Yeah, great route runner.
No, you're a big horse.
I'm a big horse, horse. No, but the route runner thing, man, really took off. People loved that.
They did love it.
They love
yeah.
it. They were commenting. We had comments on our on the Disney draft that we did. They were, obviously everybody said Jack won actually, and which we also
knew that
said.
was
We
gonna happen.
also
We
said.
knew, yeah.
I think the fact that I boosted him so hard in that
exactly.
video,
Yeah.
everybody was like, "Yo,
Like,
Jack killed, bro!" Yeah. But then there was comments on the Disney video, it's literally just saying "great route runner."
Bro,
Like, that's all it said.
And if you're listening and you didn't get to see those videos, check out our socials. All the links are in the bios.
I love some people not only are they great route runners, man, like
gritty-
real lunch pail kind of guy.
There's so many
First
comments
and
like
last
that.
out. It's like just plays the game the right way, high IQ, high motor.
No, the comments were as ideal as it gets, and I'm glad everyone bought into it and had fun with it.
It was definitely funny. But finally this weekend, some excitement in the
Masters.
NFL offseason.
Yeah, the Masters.
The Masters. Shout out John Rahm.
John.
Legend.
Hey, if you go back to the Game Day main TikTok when you were asking everyone, hey, who's going to win the Masters?
said?
Who'd I say?
Did you bet on
I
it?
said John
You
Rahm.
did.
I didn't bet on it. I should have. I actually
did.
bet on Victor Hovland yesterday. That's what
You know
I
what
get for
that
betting
just
on a
proves?
fucking Norwegian.
You know what
or
that just
whatever it is.
proves? That if you follow the Game Day, you're going to get the best picks.
That's true.
That's
That's
I've
true.
been saying it all year. Nobody's been listening, but you got to listen. Go to thegameday.com.
John Rahm was hot going in.
Just
They had
what I'm
this.
saying.
It was actually kind of cool. They had this the 8K camera on him, like you see after the touchdowns in NFL, but it was only following his ass the whole
nice.
time. And
Is he
he's
got a good one?
he's a big boy.
Oh,
yeah, he's got
good
a
one.
big ass.
Yeah, he's good. He's got good
Yo, but
juju.
shout out
It was
John
nice.
Rahm. That's the big exciting NFL news, and that's the end of the podcast. Thanks for
All
listening.
right, see you guys later. Take care.
No, for real though, Odell Beckham Jr. announced that he's signing with the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, who gives a fuck? Next topic.
Yeah, I could literally.
So what does so here's my little prompt I got for you.
What's your little problem?
Fill in
dude?
the blank. All right. Odell Beckham Jr. on the Ravens makes them a blank team.
Still the third best team in the division.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe the
same.
fourth.
You know what it does? It gives them a little bit more jersey sales.
True. That's true.
Does that?
That's true.
Yeah.
If I'm Lamar, that does nothing for me to try and go back.
Well,
Weren't they FaceTiming or something?
Yeah,
Wasn't that
that's
something
cute.
thing?
It
That was
can't
cool.
do anything because you gave him
Yeah.
$18 million. Hey, let's not hesitate on giving OBJ entering your age 31 season $18 million.
Hold up. Contract guy, Mr. Contract guy.
Mr. Contract
Please
guy, you want me to
explain to
break-
me because it's
Yeah,
actually
break
not
it down.
18. It's not 18
Yeah,
million.
so
From a
Odell,
fundamental standpoint.
Odell got a one-year $18 million deal, but it's not actually 18 mil as a cap hit. It's a $1 million base salary with $14 million signing bonus and $3 million in incentives. So it can get up to $18 million. Now, to put it into perspective, that's more than any single wide receiver got in free agency this year. That's the most guaranteed money. The most guaranteed money in free agency this year was Allen Lazard at $22 million. So just when
For 1 year or
for just like guaranteed money over his deal.
over the time.
So
Yeah,
just to
two.
put it into perspective, essentially he got $14 million in guaranteed money. That's a lot of fucking money for a guy who's about to be
money.
31, who since 2019 has only averaged 43 or 45 yards per game.
Missed the whole didn't play all of last
Who's
season.
coming off 2 ACLs in the last 3 years, who on the Rams averaged 38 yards per game. Like, don't get me wrong, Odell's an elite name.
Yeah, Cleveland
but,
and then LA.
He tore his ACL in Cleveland?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
But the biggest problem with OBJ is he's a fucking name at this point. He's about to be 31. At least go pay D-Hop that
Yeah.
fucking money, who you know he can still be
I was gonna
elite.
say, at this point, OBJ is nothing more than like a PR marketing ploy. I don't think he's really going to do much. I'm dead serious. I think he's washed after another ACL tear. He looked pretty good on the Rams. He was low key in the running to be Super Bowl MVP.
He was.
But
until
at
he
this
got
point,
hurt.
coming off another ACL tear, another offense, he has all this different shit. You don't even know what the quarterback is going to be this year for the Ravens at this point.
Well,
I just don't see anything
mean,
happening for him.
I think Odell signing with the Ravens guarantees Lamar will be
Absolutely.
I totally
not.
disagree.
I don't think it
totally
guarantees,
disagree.
I
but
do.
like they were FaceTiming and doing
It
all that little
helps.
cute
It
shit, bro.
certainly
back.
Like,
I don't think Odell would have signed if he didn't know Lamar was going to be back.
I completely disagree. Odell Beckham Jr. wanted the money. That's all he ever
He
said.
used the Ravens as a ploy to get the Jets to try and match the offer, and so he could guarantee that he makes that kind of money.
And frankly, it's the first time in God knows how long I've been able to say that the New York Jets did something correct. They didn't
Just
match
not
the
sign
deal.
Odell.
Yeah, they didn't chase a big name or they didn't give absurd money to a guy that you just can't trust. And so, I think at the end of the day, OBJ could still be a lead, and that'd be awesome, and I love him, and I want the best for him, and I'm so happy for him. But it doesn't fucking do shit.
well, this
It would
doesn't.
be
This
so
well, it does do
sick.
shit though.
What does it do?
Well, obviously we've been seeing him and Lamar. Like I think we're not looking into the fact that him and Lamar are a little buddy now, and we're not looking into that hard enough because what was the video? Like there was a video of them, or was it like a picture of them like FaceTiming together, a screenshot of them FaceTiming together? That clearly means like there was some conversation about this getting
for sure.
But, and if Lamar is involved in this and he wants OBJ to come into Baltimore, then it's gonna help him stay.
But it gives me Dez Bryant to Baltimore vibes.
Yeah, but Lamar
it just doesn't move the needle.
Well, I don't know if it moves the needle, but it keeps Lamar in Baltimore.
You know what the Ravens love doing? They love just washing old wide receivers.
I wonder.
Since 2019, these are the wide receivers that the Ravens have given money to in a per year average. OBJ at 15 mil, Willie Snead at 6 mil, Sammy Watkins at
nice
5 mil, 3.3 mil to Nelson Aguilar, 3.1 to Rashad Bateman, 2.9 to Marquise Brown, and $2 million to Seth Roberts. Now, granted, they added Deshaun Jackson and Dez Bryant in there, so but we're not going to throw their figures in there. But those are the wide receivers you've surrounded Lamar with. So if anything, they could have communication. But at the end of the day, clearly, Lamar's like, congrats on your bag. OBJ's going to say the same exact thing. So But
if Lamar wanted to leave, he wouldn't be FaceTiming OBJ buddy, like, yo, congrats, Lamar. Like, we're gonna tear shit up. I'm not saying they said that, but there's reason to believe that they were like, oh yeah, like we're gonna turn up this.
I also think what the Ravens knew is that they probably had a relationship before, and that's why they signed Odell. They were like, if we can sign Odell, then Lamar will stay with us.
The Ravens,
it's a smart
move by the Ravens. Yes, it's a lot of money, but like you said, they're not hitting their cap on it at all. They're just putting $1 million of their cap on it, and then whoever the owner is just throwing the rest of the $14 million at him, and he's like, all right, great. Let's secure Lamar by getting Odell.
Yeah, I think it's a smart move. On OBJ to use the Lamar leverage as a fucking resource to make more money.
Hey, Jack, you know what we call giving $18 million to a wide receiver coming off 2 ACL surgeries?
Organizational negligence.
All right.
Right there.
Great timing on that one.
I really, really hope that Odell is fucking awesome and Lamar has an MVP season because of it. It would be awesome for the NFL if that were to happen.
I mean, there is a chance that he produces well, but I don't think he's going to be OBJ.
It's a crazy.
He'll be a really good third option.
I'll tell you something.
You got Andrews, you got Rashad Bateman, and then you'll have OBJ.
OBJ always had the skill and the talent, but I always thought of him as the most overrated wide receiver in football.
Well, it's because when you think OBJ, you think that crazy.
He was never overrated. He was so good.
I have a crazy idea.
He was so good.
He would turn a slant into 70 yards, and that's what people.
He ran everything on a route tree.
50 tries. He on the Giants, bro. Oh my God! Don't even get me started.
He was a head case, but he was the best.
Watch him on the field, bro. He would catch the ball and then he would try to juke because he thought he was faster than people, and then he'd get a tackle. He'd go nowhere.
Saquon does the same exact thing.
North south, not east west.
I know, and I get frustrated by it. I was just complaining about it last week too.
I know.
That he does that, and it's annoying. Fucking run down the field.
If I'm a Ravens fan, I'm very happy. Not because Odell's going to be the fucking savior, but because of Lamar. That's the point.
But I have a great idea. Maybe not in a desperate attempt to bring Lamar back and pay $18 million to OBJ. We just give the money that Lamar's asking for, and we don't have to deal with this situation. Why, in a desperate attempt to bring Lamar back, we have to pay $18 million to a wide receiver who's about to be 31, coming off 2 ACL surgery?
Lamar is asking for a little much. Like right now,
we've never been able to confirm what the Ravens are reporting. There's two sides to it and everything. And we're going to have an agent on this week, so we're going to ask about the contracts and talk about it. So that's going to be exciting, so stay tuned. But all that, it's great.
And as you said, the salary cap barely takes a hit.
It barely takes a hit.
So go get D-Hop and then re-sign Lamar.
Yeah. The Ravens are. It doesn't matter about OBJ because the Ravens are still the third or fourth best team in that division. I don't give a fuck. The Browns are better and the Bengals are better.
Do Lamar and OBJ rank amongst the top 5 quarterback wide receiver duos in football?
No.
Fuck no.
No.
Okay, so where
he's not even the best receiver on his team.
Yes.
Rashad Bateman's number 1.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Bateman hasn't produced consistently because of injury.
When was the last time Odell Beckham produced consistently?
2 years.
Injury. He was injured all last year.
In the Super Bowl.
In the Super Bowl for a fucking quarter and a half.
I know. It was a good quarter and a half.
It was a good quarter and a half, but
it was such a good quarter, bro.
You can't say that.
So where do OBJ and Lamar rank amongst quarterback wide receivers?
50.
One would be Joe Burrow and Jamar.
I'm not even going to go down the list. It's too long.
No, let's just go 5. Let's just see if we name 5 better than them.
Jamar,
Josh Allen,
and Joe
Stephon
Burrow.
Diggs.
Josh Allen,
Stephon and Josh Allen, Tyreek and Tua.
Dak and CD.
Dak and CD might be in there.
They're definitely better than Lamar and OBJ.
Yeah, for sure.
You
And
put Deshaun, Amari
I'll
Cooper,
put T
you could
and
put
Joe, and I'd
Trevor
put
Lawrence and
Calvin Ridley.
Calvin Ridley.
Patrick
you could put
Mahomes and the
Matt
Milkman.
Stafford, Cooper Kupp. You could put Kyler
Oh,
D
my
Hop. You
God,
could put
yes.
Kirk and
Gino,
JJ.
There's
Gino
so
DK,
many.
bro.
Gino, DK, Gino, Tyler Lockett.
Like, there's so many.
Kirk and JJ.
Waddle and
JJ.
fucking Tua. T. Higgins and Joe.
Okay, so
All
they're
right,
not
yeah.
even
CJ
Top
Stroud
ten.
and Adam Thielen.
They're not even top 25, bro. Like, I'm
DJ
sorry.
Moore and Justin Fields.
Yeah, like, come on.
Oh my god.
Aaron Rodgers and
Amon-Ra.
Darren Wilson. Amon-Ra, Jared Goff. Yeah,
Like,
OBJ.
Daniel Jones and Isaiah Hodgins.
Yes,
Dude,
true,
yes.
true.
Dude, Jordan Love and Equinemius St. Brown, bro.
No, we're only with the Hobbs.
Oh, my bad.
Have respect.
All right, so
fair
we're
enough.
saying they're not even in the top 10.
Yeah, they're not even close to top.
They're not even top 25, bro.
No, they're probably.
No.
Probably top 20.
No, they're
Like,
not.
We just not because of anything, but there's just not enough duels.
If
There's
Odell,
there's like 50 better receivers than Odell Beckham.
not enough duels.
no.
No.
I can't name 50 receivers off the dome, so I'm not going to do that right now.
There's not 50.
That would take too long.
There's
also.
not 50 wide receivers better than Odell Beckham Jr.
I'll come back. I'll come back with a fucking list of 50 tomorrow when we record.
Well, here's
do
the
it.
thing: if Odell is 70% of what he was at his peak, then
he's-
Lamar and Odell are top 10 quarterback receiver duo.
Oh my
70%. So all it needs to be is 70%.
Maybe like top 20, but not top 10.
No.
We just
Maybe top
named
10,
we just
9,
named
10,
so many duos.
9,
Like they were good.
They're really good duos.
Lamar is
Yeah, well, Odell-
better than
Odell-
so many of those quarterbacks, though.
But in
Yeah,
fairness,
exactly.
Like, Lamar's better than Dak. He's better than Kirk. He's better than...
How good do you guys
Fields.
how good do you
Hurts.
really think OBJ is right now coming off his second ACL? How
That's
good
why I
do you
said
really
70.
think?
No,
Right.
that's why I said 70%.
He's
I
not
said
going to be
if.
70%.
but I tried to get 70%.
Well, but that's not the point. The point is if.
But I tried to get 70% of Victor
Okay,
Oladipo.
if
and
my
I couldn't
aunt
get
that ball, she'd be my uncle.
Yep.
Yes, that's a fact. And that's a completely valid statement.
Yep.
Exactly.
If,
then you're right.
Then yes, true.
But I am curious.
What is
'cause
that called? A conditional statement?
Yep.
Ooh.
You like that?
Dude,
Nice.
English guy.
I am curious because I said it before, but I want to know your thoughts. Where do the Browns? Sorry, where do the Browns? Where do the Ravens? Where do the Ravens rank with OBJ and Lamar?
You want to try that one more time?
Yeah, one more time. Where do the Ravens rank if Lamar comes back and now that they have OBJ in that division?
Where do
In the
they rank?
division?
Third?
I think.
You almost did it better.
No, one more time. One more time.
You got it. It's good.
Where do the Ravens rank in the AFC North? I'll say it. Third or fourth.
Sure.
They're not first or
I'll go
second.
third as well.
They're worse than the
The Bengals are
He's
better.
doing a George Costanza right now.
Jerry. And the Browns are better.
fourth, Jerry.
Do we agree? The Browns are. We know the Bengals are better than the
Bengals,
Ravens.
Bengals, Browns. Everyone else.
Honestly,
Dude,
well, the Steelers.
Kenny Pickett's making them 3.
The Steelers have a chance.
No,
though,
Kenny
in the
Pickett's
draft.
actually not terrible.
Kenny Pickett's making them 3.
The Steelers have a chance in the
Mitch
draft to
Trubisky?
100%.
His presence makes them great.
overtake the Ravens, but so none of us are
That's a
taking the
jersey.
Ravens seriously.
Well, without Lamar.
No, I'm saying with Lamar. This is purely with Lamar.
Oh, with Lamar,
This
the
is
Ravens
purely-
are arguably the best team in the division.
No.
Yeah. I think they compete
Are you not
with
going
the
to factor
Bengals.
in what
They
a new
compete with the
OC? Are you
Bengals.
not going to factor in what a new OC
They
does?
cannot compete with the Bengals. at
Well,
this
we
point.
haven't seen it, but I mean, if anything, we know that it's going to be better. It's going to progress the
we?
passing offense. Well, no, it's going to progress the passing
That's
offense.
fair.
The passing offense is going
Okay.
to get better. That's what I'm saying. Overall, we don't know, but that's what Lamar wants. Lamar wants to be able to throw it
I
more.
just don't.
So we
think,
just
I
not-
just don't think they can contend with the Bengals. Like,
But are we just not
They're
going to
not
as complete.
So what would you say outside of Lamar has always kept the Ravens as a pretty consistent winning
long
team?
snapper,
Besides long snapper? What has always been...
Coaching has always been great.
Water boy.
But like you would say
Defense has always
defense,
been
right?
great.
So defense, they lost 3 of their best defensive linemen.
I don't
Hold
care.
on.
I don't
They lost
care.
3 of their best defensive linemen. They don't have Marcus Peters. They sent out Chuck Clark to the Jets. They've lost pieces.
The teams, the great defenses lose pieces and they stay great defenses, like the Patriots.
Okay.
I don't care about that.
We have, again, the Ravens were asked to start the year on defense. I don't think you can just say, even with Lamar, that they're a better team than the Browns. I think the Browns are a better team. Come on, you give your input.
No, Jack and I
That was
just zoned
safe.
down and we just looked at each other and started to play chopsticks at the exact same time.
All right, man.
that was like
was
perfect
unreal.
timing, bro.
Just quickly, Jack, with Lamar,
Yeah.
are the Browns better?
Yeah, now that they got Elijah Moore, Sean's gonna have another offseason to like learn the offense, everything. Yeah.
I say no. I think the Ravens are the second best team because Lamar is that good.
But he loves Lamar. We know this.
Yeah, well, Lamar's great. He's a former MVP. There's only one former.
But,
there's
like,
only,
okay.
There's only one MVP in the division.
Okay, but they're not light years ahead of the Browns.
They're not light years ahead of the Steelers either.
Facts.
Cool.
That division is really
Ravens.
fucking good. It's
Yeah,
underrated.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
a really
yeah.
underrated
You're saying
division.
it's close,
What
but
about
then he's
you?
still putting them second. It's hard to say the Browns. Like the Ravens last year were in the playoffs. And I mean, were the Browns in the playoffs? No,
No.
they missed the
Well,
playoffs.
what we're forgetting about the Ravens, they have 2 Pro Bowl quarterbacks. Think about
They
that.
do.
Tyler Huntley is
They
good.
do,
Think
bro.
about that.
They do. I think I would still put the Ravens second because Lamar Jackson is that good, and
Exactly.
the Ravens were in the playoff. They were a playoff team last year, where the Browns were not.
It's fair.
Now I
The
need to see a whole
proof is
season.
in that pudding.
I need to see a whole season out of Deshaun Watson and get him to the playoffs before
fair.
I feel
It's
like.
fair.
But it's tough to
I
set,
love
to
that
tell.
Amari Cooper Elijah
All right.
Moore duo so
While we're
much.
talking about
It's
this
good. It's
division,
really
let's we've started this trend now of going through different divisions each week. We're going to talk about what they need to be doing in
Yeah.
this offseason to make them a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah.
All right. So today we're talking about the North division.
North remembers.
I knew you were going to have
The
some
king
Game
in the
of Thrones.
North.
King in the North.
We're going to determine who the king in the North
Who
is.
is the
God.
king in the North?
I actually watched The Long Night this weekend,
Oh.
which is the really long episode of Game of Thrones with
orgasmic
the,
episode.
Oh, that one's really
with the walkers where they
fucking-
attack North,
mean, it's a long
Winterfell.
night.
Whoa,
It's a
whoa!
long-
chill
I didn't
out.
even
No
finish it.
spoilers for those that haven't watched.
Yeah, sorry.
I have watched.
You're about
but-
3 years behind.
I've watched.
Not you. I'm talking to the people.
Jesus.
All right, we'll start, I guess, with the AFC North.
The North.
We'll go through
remembers.
each team. We'll start with the Ravens because that's been the topic of the day.
you just
I'm
gonna
going to
do your
ask
whole
you.
spiel in that.
The North remembers. The North remembers.
All right, ready? We'll start with the Ravens. What do the Ravens need to do to be Super Bowl contenders?
Resign Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. Trade for
Add-
DeAndre Hopkins.
You do not say.
Well,
You do not say. No, you got to.
Are we addressing the obvious or
That's
not?
why you're
Let's address
crying
the
right now.
Am I
obvious.
crying right now?
Yeah, you look like you're crying.
The North remembers.
Oh my
Look at his
God.
eyes.
Go for it.
You resign Lamar Jackson. You add. I would rather add a free agent receiver than draft one because if you draft one, you're just going to be in the same. They've been drafting.
But you just
receivers.
did.
Other than Odell Beckham Jr., you're saying.
Huh? Yeah. What?
There's
They
not
just
much
did
money
what?
to go around.
Oh, other than Odell, yeah. I would say either you make a move for like a Mike Evans or DeAndre Hopkins. You're gonna have to give up pieces for that.
Yeah.
You probably have the number on the draft picks they
They have
right?
5 picks in the draft. Yeah, that's about it. They have 5 picks in the draft.
Any
you know
first
where?
rounders?
They have a first round pick, like
I didn't
like
add
mid
that
twenties,
to my context of things.
Oh, that was important. Okay, I'll
early
find
to
it.
mid 20s.
They do have a first because Zay's in that.
But
Yeah.
I wouldn't draft the receiver. I would go out and draft an offensive lineman, re-sign Lamar, invest in offensive line, and then make a move for a receiver. I mean,
Yeah, they have 22 in the first round.
I think if you have to trade a second and a third to go get DeAndre Hopkins, then you should do it. Use the first round for an offensive lineman and re-sign Lamar, and then you're in business. You might be the best team in the AFC North. They're not that far off. People forget, man. They're really fucking good.
Great coach.
I agree if you were to go get D-Hop, but you just look where the money. I mean, granted, it's a signing bonus, but like because of the OBJ.
receivers are
But it's
going
only
cheap.
1 million cap hit, so they can make another.
They
move.
can.
But what the OBJ signing tells me is that they're probably not going to chase a D-Hop because you were going to
I
you could
kind of
probably
agree.
get D-Hop. You don't give that money to OBJ if you have another wide receiver kind of in the bag because if you keep Lamar, you're likely going to draft another wide receiver. There's other needs, but for
They
me,
need
we're
an
at
edge rusher.
You
I
need an edge
disagree that
rusher.
they're
You
gonna draft
lost 3
another
of your.
receiver.
You need an edge rusher. You need another corner because you don't have anyone out opposite of Marlon Humphrey right now. You sent Chuck Clark to the Jets. There are a lot of needs on that defensive side of the ball. It's not just like you could just plug and play. We're not the
can't. I
Patriots.
mean,
you
this
lock-
isn't the Patriots.
You locked up
The Ravens'
Roquan, and you
defense
still
has been
got
as
one of
good
the
as
best
Patriots.
corner duos, if not the best corner duo in football.
You don't have Marcus Peters.
Oh, he's not there anymore.
He hasn't re-signed yet.
Well, I'll just fuck off. Jeez, didn't know that.
That's
They're
why
fine.
they need
That
it. They need
defense,
another corner.
if there's any defense that's plug and play, there's 2 of them. It's the Patriots and the Ravens. I mean, you want to talk about players they've lost. They've also lost in the past guys like fucking Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Haloti Nada, Terrell Suggs.
I get
and
it.
they continuously
I get
stay
it.
a top defense.
I get it, but we also got other needs. We need my quarterback to stay. You need another
That's
wide
all you
receiver.
need. The defense will figure itself out. If you
know-
have Lamar, you're one of the best teams in the league. If you,
You know-
don't have Lamar, you're one of the worst teams
Well,
in the league.
you know what the Ravens really need to do to become a contender? They need a change of philosophy just a little bit to where they've always been this hard-nosed, defensive-minded team.
Correct.
That's all they
I
care
totally
about.
agree.
You have this superstar type of talent quarterback in Lamar Jackson. Build around him. Really emphasize on offense, building the offense around him, getting a better offensive scheme than
agree.
Roman.
That also
you got him
helps.
out of there.
You got Todd Monken from
Yeah,
Georgia.
Todd Monken, great name. But
Todd Monkfish.
I know your whole franchise has that feel of that hard-nosed defensive style football. But you have Lamar Jackson. Turn into an offensive type of team and really build around
Well,
him. And then I think things change.
That helps Felipe's argument also. It's
Yeah.
like you know that the defense is already established. Stop focusing
Yeah,
on
but the thing is, like
building the
last year,
defense.
you could re-sign Lamar Jackson, but instead you trade for Roquan Smith and give him a fucking bag and a half. Yes, he's a top tier, top 3 middle linebacker
I see
in
what you're
football.
saying. I see what you're
but
saying.
you're not allocating your money to things that matter, like retaining a top 5 talent at quarterback. Like it
Also,
just doesn't make sense.
If we're going off the philosophy of the Ravens always plugging and play, then theoretically you didn't need to give Roquan the bag. Roquan's fantastic. I'm not saying They shouldn't have, but
He is, but he's not a
theoretically,
huge difference.
theoretically, they could have gotten a other type of running linebacker similar to what
they
the
could have
Bears
got the
did.
guy that you guys signed. The Dolphins
David
signed.
Long.
Could have got
we
that.
can bring up the numbers all day. I agree with you. I totally understand what you're saying. In order for the Ravens to actually become that contender, it needs to have that philosophical change. It's very similar to the Bills, where you need to have an emphasis on the offensive side of the ball. And it's not just because you have a former MVP still there, but it's because the NFL today is so heavily emphasized on the offensive side of the ball and what the quarterback can do to your surrounding talent.
Look at the 49ers. They had the best defense by a mile last year in football, and they still couldn't make it.
Yeah,
I know it's
agree.
injuries in the NFC Championship.
All right,
agree.
let's move to the next team. What do the Cincinnati Bengals need to do, if anything, to remain or become Super Bowl contenders?
Stay healthy.
That's true.
That's it.
They've had so many issues with
I
that too.
disagree. I don't think that's it. You lost Eli. You lost Von Bell.
You lost Eli Apple.
No, sorry, not Eli.
Oh, no.
Von Bell and
Von Bell and Jesse Bates.
J.C. Bates. Yes,
Yeah.
you lost him to the Falcons. So, I don't think. Now you didn't mention the Bengals being a defense that can figure it out. What's the DC's name? Lou
Amarano.
Amarindo?
Lou
Tamarindo?
Amarano. I
It's just
think.
something. Lou.
It's close
Lou
to that.
A. Lou A.
Louis
L-O-U-A.
Louis Armstrong.
Lou Anarumo. Anaramo?
Rumo.
I don't remember.
Lou Anarumo.
It's almost as bad as
Yo,
Tabasco.
shout out Lou.
One of the most underrated D coordinators in the league, though.
I agree.
Without a doubt.
But so there are needs on the defensive side of the ball. I think Joe Mixon is a bad cap hit because we've seen that Samaje could have performed and Samaje's not there. I do think that they end up drafting a running back like a Jameer Gibbs. Oh my
can
God!
see
In the
that.
draft would be fucking disgusting.
Where are they drafting?
Plays kind of similarly
They have a
to
late.
Joe
They have a
Mixon.
late first. They have a late first because the playoffs and being
Yeah.
able to make a deep run. But I do think when you look at it, they got Orlando Brown, so there's pieces there. You had Jonah Williams, who wasn't bad, but that offensive line's been fucking terrible. So they're right there, as we know. I am worried about the defense, though. I definitely am worried.
Bengals
It's
have,
only the over the top though, like the over the top safety help. That's
Bengals
about
have the
it.
28th overall.
28th, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, they drafted what's his name last year? That one safety.
Dax. No. Dax Clark?
Nope.
No.
We're so
Look
educated.
up Bengals
Florida?
safety.
He's from, I
Bengals.
think he was from Florida, maybe.
No, he's not. He was good.
They did draft
Fuck,
someone.
what's his name? Why are we
Safety.
blanking?
He's-
Dax Hill.
Dax
Close
Hill.
with Dax.
They drafted Dax Hill last year with the assumption that they were going to lose one of those two safeties
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
offseason. It sucks that they lost both, but Dax Hill is supposed to be a stud. Last year he didn't play very often because they had those two awesome safeties. But
He'll
they
step
had
in.
that in mind when they were drafting in 2022.
I
So
mean,
you really only have to replace one of them.
Offensively, the Bengals have to do nothing.
Besides a
stay
running
healthy.
back. Besides a running back. I do think
No,
the Bengals.
no,
But Joe Mixon is
No.
still very
Joe
good.
Mixon was so inefficient last year as a
still
runner,
very
and I
good.
think don't get me wrong, they're good, but if you
P-Ryan
can't
might have been
commit,
better last year.
yeah,
but-
if you can't commit to the run, committing to the run takes so much pressure off of Joe Burrow and Jamar and T having to do what?
Go ahead.
There's a lot of laughter going on.
Because you went like this.
The North remembers.
Keep going.
How the Bengals actually go back to contenders and going to the Super Bowl and getting over the hump, I think, is adding a Jameer Gibbs or someone that could be a more dynamic, threat on offense than Joe Mixon. But other than that, the Bengals are there.
I mean, that's good for the future, too, but for this year only, I think you're still fine.
Hey, Felipe,
Yeah.
you want to talk now?
No, well, the Bengals are just they're good. They're really good, man.
Hey, that's a good
They're
take.
really good. man.
I guess, I agree. You draft guys like it's. I think free agent exits are very
Overrated.
overrated
Yes.
because nobody knows more. Like we put so much thought and we try to kill these teams for losing guys go when they know a lot more about these guys than we do, and like a lot of there's a reason the Ravens didn't re-sign Marcus Peters. They could find more value elsewhere.
I agree.
So when you talk about like the Bengals, like those guys left, they drafted the Dax Hill. Is this his name?
Yeah,
I like
Dax
Dak
Hill.
Prescott better, but they drafted Dax Hill.
One's an X, one's a K.
You're right. I prefer Dax
X is way
Prescott.
cooler.
Yeah, X is pretty cool.
But
I
no,
like
so
Dax
I think
Shepard.
they're replenishing there. The defense has to get better. That's what they probably should address with their draft picks, right?
Yeah.
That and offensive line. Still, I know they added Orlando. What's his name?
Brown.
Orlando Brown. He's not very good. He had a bad season on the Chiefs.
Did he?
And yeah. Chiefs fans were so happy he was gone. I saw that, but
He's a
It's
big
like,
boy.
it's like Niner fans. I'm so glad McGlinchey's the fuck out, but
yeah.
be like,
But a
wow,
lot
man.
of people, I thought McGlinchey was good, but when you,
He's-
but it's a fan base thing. They don't like him because they saw him a lot more than the general
That's the actor
public.
from That's So Raven.
I know. I was
Yeah,
definitely-
I know.
Orlando Brown.
That's why it threw me
It
off.
is.
That's why I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shit. But no, I mean,
He's funny, though.
I think look, address offensive line and the defense. Whenever a team is good, those are the two things I always go to: is offensive line, really the trenches, because
Dude, it's all about the trenches.
secondary linebacking core is like you can always replace, but offensive line and defensive line, bro, like that shit wins.
Well, we
games.
knew that their offensive line was ass. We
Exactly.
Everyone has always said that.
Yeah, so they got to keep getting
Joe
better.
Burrow
You
gets sacked
got
too
you
much.
got a
I agree.
franchise quarterback.
So you become a contender by you, weirdly enough, still strengthen that offense.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Next team. What do the Cleveland Browns have to do to become Super Bowl contenders?
Deshaun has to take another step.
Oh yeah.
He has to take another step because like we love Deshaun. This podcast loves Deshaun. What he
the
does
field.
on the
On the
field.
field, on the field,
On the field.
Full disclaimer.
On the field.
We love what he can do. What his
On the
ability.
field.
I love Kanye's music.
what he can do on the field.
love
Please say
Kanye's
on the
music.
field.
Nah, on the field, this man is capable of anything.
On the field.
Anything. And off the field, he's capable of many. So on the field.
On the field, he's a great quarterback.
No,
He
he's,
is,
no,
he
he's,
is.
he's really
He's one of
fucking
the
good.
best.
He's a very
But
talented
last year,
quarterback.
we knew people were like he wasn't going to come out great, and everybody was saying, "Oh, this guy sucks." And we kept saying, like, bro, he hasn't played for a year and a
2
half.
years. I think it's kind of good
gotta
he's not going to be in the
knock off
spotlight
rust.
this year.
I agree.
Then.
Yeah, exactly. That, which last year he was. Everybody had really like an arrow pointed at him. But so you got to keep getting better. He has to take another step. I thought he improved throughout the season. When he came in, he was very rusty. He was still rusty throughout the season. He's going to take another step. He has to for them to get better. And then they added Elijah Moore,
Yeah.
who's a very Amari Cooper-like receiver, great route runner, really sure hands. So
Great
him and
route
Amari
runner.
are going to be good. And then Nick Chubb's still there. Did Kareem Hunt sign anywhere?
No, and that's better for them to let
Yeah.
Kareem go.
So Kareem Hunt's gone, but
Dearness Johnson?
yeah, okay.
Actually, did he
What's
They
leave?
their
don't need
defense
Nick
like?
Chubb is a workhorse.
What's
They
their
need to just give
defense
him.
like?
Dearness
even-
Johnson's actually good though.
I actually think
Yeah.
he might have signed elsewhere. But the Browns,
Don't matter.
Well, I was thinking for my dynasty team because I have
Yeah.
Kareem Hunt, so I was like,
the
thinking
Browns
maybe-
have actually done pretty much everything that they need to do in order to take
They've
the
been
next
quiet.
step. They don't need other things.
I think you might need a little bit of
You need
help.
more depth on the defensive
Yeah,
side
I
of
would
the
say
ball.
like a linebacker at safety.
They still got what's his name? What was that one linebacker they had? Like Taki.
Taki.
That shit
I
was
love me some
dope.
Takis.
I love
I
Takis.
fucked up Takis yesterday.
Takis are
Holy
sick.
shit.
The Trader Joe's ones?
Yeah.
Those are
Those are
so
so
good.
Takis
good.
is like a very ratchet chip.
Yeah.
You know?
It
They
is.
are.
It
It
is.
is.
Yeah.
But the Trader Joe's one's a little more class.
Never had those.
Little chili
They're
lime.
delicious.
Well, here's the thing: is you guys know
Fire.
I'm a bitch with spice.
Yeah,
That's fair.
it is
So-
spicy.
But they signed Dalvin, the
I don't like
the
hot
Bears.
Cheetos.
The Browns signed Dalvin Tomlinson at defensive tackle.
Nice.
I can't pronounce this guy on the defensive end.
Taki.
No, Agbanya Okoronkwo.
Okoronkwo.
Yeah, he's a dog.
I don't know why I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a dog.
So he's
Okoronkwo.
good against to be across from Myles Garrett. That's really good. Who else? I think they added a safety. Juan Thornhill. They added also. So I think like
They also don't have a first overall,
Juan Thornhill is good.
round pick.
But
They don't
they've
have a first
added
round
the
pick.
Browns
Really
have
good.
added pieces quietly
mean,
and have had a
they-
really strong offseason. So I
Really
think
underrated corner with Ward too. Like,
Yeah.
he's a dog.
so good. And
Greg Newsome also.
Yeah, Greg Newsom's really good
Out of
too.
Northwestern.
And what a lot of these teams don't have is that piece on like they have. The Browns have one of the greatest defensive players we've ever seen in Myles Garrett. Like you can't let that go unnoticed. So they have that, and then when you start adding these pieces, it's all building around what you have with Myles
Yeah.
Garrett. So they have a really good foundation.
Look, when the season ended, we all had our sleeper picks to make that next leap. The Jags, the Bengals, the Eagles, like take a leap to like be a
Texans.
dominant threat next year.
Yeah.
And my pick was the Browns because I think it does hinge on Deshaun Watson. But if Deshaun Watson returns to the play that he had in
That he's
2019,
capable of.
Here's the thing: is both, that 2019 type of Deshaun, he was up there with like Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, but he
He's
was
right there.
closer
Totally.
there than Josh Allen was.
He's
He's
right there.
closer than Joe Burrow is
Totally.
right now.
Yeah.
that's actually a really good take. I like that. Deshaun
Hey.
Watson in 2019 was closer to Patrick Mahomes. Closer to Patrick Mahomes than Josh Allen ever was.
And Joe Burrow
than
is
Joe
right
Burrow
now.
is right now. People do forget that Deshaun Watson 19 season. I think he led
Deshaun
the
Watson was him
He was him.
Deshaun Watson was him
on the field.
on the field. On the field. But yeah, the Browns. How do they become contenders? Deshaun returns to that play, and watch out, AFC North.
Dude, that trio of weapons he has though with Amari, Elijah Moore,
DPJ.
Nick Chubb, DPJ's
David
Njoku,
Njoku.
Njoku. Oh my God,
The Browns are a sleeper.
that is the
Browns.
sneakiest nasty
Don't be
offense.
what's
sleeping
their
on
draft
the
picks?
Browns. They
Well, they
only
don't
have a second. They don't have a first-round pick.
Bro, the Browns have the sneakiest.
Browns have 7 picks.
Good offense. in
They've
football.
traded everything for
the
everyone.
Browns.
And offensive line.
Yeah.
Thanks.
They've
So
always,
Antonio.
they've always had a good offensive line, though.
That's all I
Deshaun
know.
Watson, top 5 quarterback, though?
Could be.
Incoming.
Incoming?
Potentially, yes.
Deshaun Watson's going to be a top
There's
5
only a
quarterback
few
this year.
On the
quarterbacks in
field.
the league that have the potential to be a top 5 quarterback, and
On the
Deshaun is
field.
one of those guys.
Deshaun Watson has the potential to be the second best quarterback in the NFL.
On the field.
On the field. Well, second best quarterback.
All right, can we go to the next team?
I'm just keep saying on the field.
Can we go to the next team? It's all touchy. It can't hurt to be extra
It's all
careful.
taki-taki.
Taki. Okay,
the
ready? What do the Pittsburgh Steelers need to do to become Super
Start
Bowl
Mitch
contenders?
Trubisky.
Start Mitch Trubisky. He's not on the team
Don't
anymore.
start
Is he
Mitch
not?
Trubisky.
Where's Mitch?
He left.
He left.
Where is Mitch?
He's not on the team anymore.
You guys talk. I have to see where my man
Well,
is.
you find out where Mitch is. The Steelers,
They need an offensive line.
of course, especially because you invested in a rookie quarterback in the first round last year.
Still on the
Yeah, he's on
still
the Steelers.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
They did.
Oh,
he is.
So they could start Mitch Trubisky.
Dude, he's
they
the best
re-sign him?
backup in the league, man.
No, Mike White.
Is he a first overall pick, right?
I don't know. Cooper
No,
Rush.
no,
no,
he's
no.
number 2.
Same shit.
They did bring
That's
in Isaac
ridiculous.
Sumalo, though.
Crazy.
They got the from the Eagles. That's a
Oh, the lineman?
Isaac
Yeah,
Sumalo.
yeah,
They
yeah.
drafted one last year.
I was focused on Mitch Trubisky when you started talking. I was so
yeah.
lost. What were we talking about? The
He's a
Steelers?
distracting
Steelers.
presence.
Yeah, I mean, look, bro. I mean, when you really look at the Steelers, they got James Harrison coming off the edge. Troy Polamalu still playing safety.
Yeah,
You know,
Big Ben keeps slinging it
Bro,
right
Darryl
now.
Strawberry.
Hines Ward, bro. Hines Ward is one of the best blocking wide receivers we've seen. That
And
dude
then,
can
man,
block his
Jerome
ass
Bettis
off.
coming out of the
Oh, my God, the bus.
Wow, yeah. The AB Hines
Terry
Ward duo.
Bradshaw, I
The AB
heard.
Hines
They
Ward
need-
duo
they need
is-
a-
is
I heard
crazy.
Terry Bradshaw's coming out
What they
to
got to
play.
do is they got to say
Shingles
a prayer.
Actually, though,
Shingles
AB Hines
commercial.
Ward and Santonio Holmes might be the best trio in the NFL right now.
You know what's
there.
crazy, though? Talking about all this talent, the Steelers have had so much fucking
talent.
talent, bro.
crazy.
Wait, let's talk about today, though.
Wait, hold up. But we were talking. We did a running back draft or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that recently, right? And nobody drafted Le'Veon Bell. I saw a comment. They were like, "What the?" And I forgot.
running back since
Yeah.
2000. Yeah,
Since
That would've been a good
2000,
one.
Dude, there
Le'Veon
were a
Bell
lot
was
of
so
guys. There
fucking
were a lot of
good.
guys we left off.
Dude,
and
even
Le'Veon
on
was
our
a-
just like running backs
Dude,
right now, draft, we
Le'Veon
were
was
like,
so good.
like Najee has left the chat. No shit, he left last year, buddy. He's fucking out of there.
Yeah.
No, so
Well, part
what
of-
do the Steelers have to now do?
Improve the offensive line, which they've
Improve
taken
the offensive
a-
line. They
a
need some
step forward.
corners because they added Patrick Peterson, but their corners were
That's fine,
terrible
though.
last year.
Yeah.
No, that's another aging name.
How old's Patrick Peterson? It's
okay.
Old. 40?
They need corners.
Eight.
They need linebackers. They need to fortify the offensive line. They did add Isaac Sumalo, and then you really need Kenny Pickett to turn into the first-round quarterback that you drafted him to be.
He
That
looked,
is-
the last half of the year, he did look really
He did
good.
look
so
good.
much
He did
better.
look good. But
I
there's
will give him that.
something about the gloves that throw me off on
That's
both
okay.
hands.
It's the gloves and the greasy hair.
Yeah.
The hair.
Steelers
yeah.
just doesn't exude franchise quarterback.
Maybe if we-
It exudes guy that was really good in high school and college can't do shit in the NFL.
Yeah, I like that.
That's true.
Maybe if it's one glove, like
That's
opposite
such a
hand, like
label.
left hand.
You know
glove.
what? It gives.
You know what it's giving?
It's giving
high school quarterback
career
vibes.
backup.
That was so good.
Oh my god.
So what's your
The
saying
Steelers, by the
is-
way, they have the 17th overall in the first round. None of the AFC North teams have good.
I do think the
draft picks.
Steelers, they're one of those franchises, though, that you can never rule out. They've
Exactly.
always been
They
a
still had a winning
consistent
record
winning
last
team.
year.
Yeah, they had a
Well, they
winning
finished.
record
They
last
finished
year.
9-8 last
I think they
year.
were 9-8, and
That's
they started off
insane.
like with 3 wins or 4 wins or some shit.
They started
So-
off terribly.
Yeah. So honestly,
Mike Tomlin,
don't
dog.
ask us how the Steelers
Legend.
become contenders. Keep asking Mike Tomlin. He'll figure that shit out.
Is Mike Tomlin the best coach in football?
No.
Well,
He's the
nobody's
most,
one
I
of
think
them.
he might be the most underrated coach maybe ever.
Underappreciated.
Underappreciated. I don't know. Yeah,
I don't think he's underrated. I think he's underappreciated.
Very much so.
dude, he doesn't lose, bro.
But you need to, but in all seriousness, the Steelers become a contender if Kenny Pickett becomes a top 10 quarterback. But that's a big if. But if he goes one glove,
But what weapons does he have at receiver? George Pickens
He's
is a
good.
dog.
The weapons
Certified
aren't bad,
dog.
actually.
Deontay Johnson, George Pickens is pretty
fine.
And I think part of the reason
After
Najee
that,
fell
Najee-
off is because of the offensive line. Like, I think
Najee,
that's a
I
huge
feel like
part of the
Najee's
reason.
still got it.
Najee's
Yeah, I
way
agree.
better
I
than
hope
what
he does.
happened.
I like that.
And he's only in his third year. This is gonna be his third year. Like he's
exactly.
totally okay.
Najee's a great pick in fantasy too. Value.
Yeah.
Value-wise,
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
The Steelers are good though. The AFC North is
Pat
fucking loaded.
Freiermuth?
Pat Freiermuth.
also really good. Really good tight end.
Really good tight end.
Route runner.
Great route running.
All right, let's move to the NFC North, shall we? Shall
The
we?
Steelers are good. The AFC North, man.
All right, NFC North time. Who's ready?
I am.
For
Aaron Rodgers.
What do the Green Bay Packers have to do to become Super Bowl contenders?
Try not to let Aaron Rodgers go.
I don't think they can be Super Bowl contenders, bro. Like
I don't think
straight
either
up
way.
because
It's not
like
part of the
Aaron Rodgers
exercise?
Aaron Rodgers is gone,
No, it's
right?
fine.
Aaron Rodgers is essentially out.
We're assuming Aaron Rodgers is gone. How about?
How about it?
Dog,
It's either
yeah,
the Jets or
they got
49ers.
one of the hardest. They
They
got
got
one of
love on
the
their side,
hardest battles to fight to be able to climb their way up to a Super Bowl without Aaron Rodgers. Like Jordan Love could be really good, and they're still like this year. They just need a lot. Like Rodgers already didn't have that many weapons. I know you love Romeo Dobbs, but
Yeah,
like
no, that's
these
Devontae
receivers are
Adams
young.
2.0.
And then Lazard's gone. Oh, who's the other receiver they got?
Christian
they got
Watson.
Christian
Christian
Watson's
Watson's
good.
pretty good.
But
pretty
they're the
good.
only two wide receivers that they have on the roster right now.
Well, Jordan Love's got to develop
On the
chemistry with
roster.
these guys.
I agree.
Aaron Jones is still there.
Yeah.
The offense,
A.J. Dillon's
isn't
still there.
like horrible, but it's
You
just
know,
like then it's not great. And then I
Maybe
don't
you
know.
can trade for a Patrick Mahomes. You can trade for a Justin Jefferson type of thing.
See, those are things you don't think of.
And then
Yeah.
maybe you get like a Nick Bosa, Micah Parsons to shore up the
just
defense.
rebrand the Chiefs, the Green Bay
Hey,
Packers.
Bro, what they have to do is turn on auto trade, and then you're good to go. That's
yeah,
what I do in Madden. I get
really
Fuck.
It's actually a
good to
really
go.
good take. Yeah.
It is a good take.
Yeah,
Could you
yeah,
imagine if they just sent the house? What if you sent Aaron Rodgers for Justin Jefferson?
I mean,
I
well,
wouldn't-
the Vikings shouldn't take that.
That's a terrible deal for
I
the
agree.
Vikings.
Awful deal for the Vikings.
I mean, yeah, I
How-
wasn't saying to
what-
fucking do
okay,
it. I was trying to go in.
Hypothetically, you want to get Patrick Mahomes if you're the Green Bay Packers, right? You're going to send Aaron Rodgers and what? What do you have to send?
Aaron Jones.
51%
Lambeau
of the
Field?
entire
of ownership.
ownership.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to know the best part
Lambeau
about
Field,
it?
ship it to Casey.
The public owns the Packers. They're one of those few
the
teams
town,
that the
yes.
town owns them. The taxpayers pretty much own it. So
That's pretty cool, though.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what they get for it?
It's like one of their
A little
parks.
certificate.
You don't get
It's dope.
shit.
One of my boys back home,
You know what they get for that?
He's
Aaron
an owner?
Rodgers leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Poor
yeah.
owner.
The Packers
All
are not
owners.
becoming contenders
they're-
anytime soon.
Well, no, but to answer your question legitimately, though,
Like, what would you have to
the,
trade?
the Packers would have to give the Chiefs Jordan Love, who I'm very sure and confident that Andy Reid would develop into a good quarterback. So
Not a bad take.
you give Jordan Love.
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, I guess. Oh, I
Both of them. Both of them.
yeah, I guess.
not?
I guess I forgot Rodgers was even there. But and then you have to give
Romeo Dobbs because he's Devontae.
Christian
and
Watson.
you have to give
Aaron Jones.
no. Realistically, let's say Rodgers is
Jair
gone.
Alexander.
You give Jordan Love and about 8 first-round picks.
I think you got
For
to go
Patrick
10.
Mahomes.
I don't even know if you're allowed to give 8.
You could
Why
do
don't
it
you?
if they
Of
want to.
There's it's like the NBA. You can't trade X
Oh, and to a certain amount.
Yeah.
They be trading like 2062 picks.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, how
The
many?
2045.
In all seriousness, if someone wanted to trade for Patrick Mahomes, what would it take? In actuality,
I
You-
just
you
said
have
it.
to
I wasn't
already have
kidding. I wasn't
a first and a
exaggerating.
cornerstone
You'd
like
have to,
quarterback.
honestly, the only teams that might have a chance is like a Bills or Bengals with shipping a Burrow or Josh Allen over there. That might be the only way, and you'd have to add like 5 first-round.
You still would
picks.
have to with
I don't
Burrow.
know if-
You'd have to still add like 3 or 4 first-round.
I don't know. I
picks.
feel like the Dolphins could figure out a way to get it done from first round picks and pieces, and then like a quarterback that's underappreciated can
You
develop
have to
with
probably
Andy
trade
Reid.
Waddle, Tua,
Yeah,
5
it'd be like Tua,
first-rounders.
Waddle, 5 first, a Bradley Chubb. You know,
Would you do that?
fuck yeah.
Yeah, no, obviously.
Bro, anyone saying they won't trade their favorite player
But you
for
love
Patrick
Tua.
Mahomes? Yeah, and I would love Patrick Mahomes too.
We gotta.
Yeah.
All right, we're
We gotta,
talking
we
about
gotta keep moving.
Yeah, Ben.
No.
So we decided the Packers are a lost cause.
Yeah, the Packers are lost cause.
Yeah, dude.
No doubt.
Sorry.
None of us can fix the Packers
eat
right
some
now.
chess,
All right.
go eat some
What do
chess.
the Chicago Bears have to do to become Super Bowl contenders?
Man, we've talked about this one more than any team.
I
Probably.
love the Bears.
Hmm.
The Bears
They just have
are
the most ammunition.
They have so much. They have 9 picks in the draft. I think the Bears need to consistently keep fortifying that offensive line. You got linebackers. You've added some pieces. You finally got Justin Fields a weapon. They have an underrated wide receiving core right now.
Secondary is sus, though.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Very
they need some
sus.
corners. They need some corners. They need an edge. They were dead last in sacks last year. So they need a lot. They need a lot of.
They could use a
lot
guy
of
like Khalil
things.
Mack.
That'd be true.
Low-key,
And
yeah.
or Nick Bosa, Micah.
Well, I was saying Khalil
Well,
Mack
Khalil
because they
Mack is-
just traded him.
No,
to-
I understand
That
where
whole
you were
deal.
going with it, but they could use anyone.
They could use
You could be off the edge.
Remember the Bears?
They use
I
Mike-
did play a little edge actually back in the
Yeah.
day.
Remember,
They
Yeah,
could
I
use
did.
Mike-
the
Mike
You
Bears-
could have
Bears-
more than 3
The
sacks.
Bears
really
have the
bad
9th
at
overall
edge.
pick.
Yeah, that's nice.
The Bears. I
From
think
the
they.
Bears.
Well, I
and
think you get that linebacker from Northwestern, Chicago kid. But he's actually
local boy.
what's it? Sawinski? Is that his name?
Yeah, but I don't think you draft a linebacker. You just added
No,
two
I meant
linebackers.
lineman. Sorry.
Oh.
You draft that lineman from Northwestern, Sawinski. I
Offensive
think
lineman?
is it? Yeah,
And he's
offensive lineman,
intelligent,
offensive tackle.
Northwestern, smart guy.
Yeah, he's a Chicago kid, knows the area,
Yeah.
knows that you gotta go to Pequod's, not Lou Malnati's or Giordano. You gotta go one of the local spots.
I didn't understand a word you just said.
I'm talking deep dish pizza.
I got you.
Which is just a
But
castle.
no,
Peter Skorinsky.
Skorinsky, yeah. He's probably the best offensive lineman in the draft, and because of how the
Yeah, fuck
draft
yeah.
is ordered, you probably will be able to get him at 9,
Yeah.
which is exactly what you needed anyway. That's gonna help Khalil Herbert out a little bit. It's gonna help Justin Fields, DJ Moore a little bit.
Dude, nothing bricks me up. Literally nothing. Nothing in life. I got nothing pulled up
I
right
mean,
now.
your
except
girlfriend's right on your phone.
yeah,
So.
well, I was
Yeah,
more
that's
so
true.
looking at your penis, but
look.
well, I got a little like one of
he
these.
said
like, little
nothing
things.
breaks me up, so I was just
But-
checking.
Let him finish.
Literally nothing bricks me up than a team investing in offensive linemen for a franchise quarterback. Like there is nothing that's sexier than that because
What about
if you
Boobs?
have a Boobs, that's second place. They're third place because you got ass before
Yeah,
Boobs.
because you're a gentleman.
So yeah, exactly.
That is
I
not
mean,
guy fucking
obviously,
finished.
but
Jeez.
Tons of boobs, guy.
it's okay. Some of us aren't alphas. No, I'm just kidding. But no, realistically though, like when you have a franchise quarterback and we believe Justin Fields can be that guy, you have to put resources. You have to go get what you can in the offensive line. I know receivers are important, and we've seen what it can do for Josh
They got
Allen
that.
and Jalen Hurts. They did that too. Now go in the draft and draft offensive linemen, bro. First round, like. You can take whoever you want. This guy, according to Jack, and Jack's the best scout in the league, said that he is the best offensive lineman, Skorinsky. Bro, go get my man Skorinsky. Go protect Justin Fields because if you can do that, then you're in business. So they drafted Tevin Jenkins 2 years ago. I think that they've been addressing it the past couple
Real
years,
good
so keep doing it.
footwork on Skorinsky. Yep.
What else do you
That's the
see?
good route runner.
What else do you
for,
see? Oh,
he's
good
a real
route.
gym rat. He really pushes plates,
Northwestern?
Yeah, first and last
They got a
out.
nice
Northwestern,
facility. got a
they're
nice facility.
big
Yeah, they
kids,
got a nice-
man.
and they got a nice
Yeah,
facility
smart,
right on the
high
water.
IQ,
Yeah.
high motor as well,
Yep. No.
High motor. That's what you
Yeah,
want.
Are the Bears? Well, we've always said the Bears are going to take that jump in 2024. So the
Yeah,
Bears
it's
are
not
like
this year, it's the
we
year
actually.
after.
I think like this is an exercise where we try and turn every team into a contender. But Ryan Poles. Ryan Punter.
He's been doing good. He's been turning him into a
Ryan
contender.
Poles is actually turning them into a contender. So they're about a year out until I think the
Dude.
entire league is like the Chicago
You know,
Bears.
you know who needs a damn statue outside of Soldier Field is Lovie Smith.
Yeah, it's true.
Great head coach that never should have gotten fired too early for them. And then with the Houston
So
Texans, he's trying his best still to help out the Bears by winning that fucking game in
true.
Week 18. What a damn coach he is for the Bears. That's the best coach ever. He fucked over
so
the Texans
true.
so hard so the Bears get that first pick, traded for DJ Moore. Pick, that's good.
He's like,
When they win a
he's like,
Super
yo,
Bowl.
I couldn't win the Super Bowl in 06, so I'm
I'm
gonna help
gonna
you
do
out
it
do it
right
right
now.
now.
2024, I can get you, bro. Like,
No, it's true.
It's a good take.
It's true.
build
And it's
build his damn statue already in Chicago.
And it's important for the Bears, and they're not doing this, but it's important for them not to rush it, right? Because like their window isn't right now. Their window is the year after, and it's going to be a long window if they can. If Justin Fields actually is that guy, and he can prove to be that guy. Because if you try to rush it and try to get these like immediate pieces, like sign the OBJ, those types of signings, or even linebackers, or like sign a Marcus Peters, which like they don't need, then you're shortening that time horizon. Nah, like make sure you go long term, draft offensive lineman. It's going to be a longer payout, but it's going to be It's going to be worth it and rewarding.
All right, let's move to the next team.
Hey, nice.
What do the Minnesota Vikings have to do to become Super Bowl contendees?
Well, you're not doing it with Kirk
You gotta
Cousins,
trade for
so you
Lamar
got to find
Jackson.
a quarterback.
You gotta
or
get a
Lamar.
fucking
Oh my
defense.
God, Lamar with Justin Jefferson. On the field.
Defense, quarterback. Which
Yeah,
is
the
it?
defense
Defense.
has to get.
I think it's
all-
defense. Their
realistically
offense proved to
defense.
be really good last year.
They also
regardless,
need,
but
they need another wide receiver. They just lost Adam Thielen.
Yeah,
KJ
who is
KJ
Osborne.
Osborne's not a
He's
not
not
a
going to
two.
slot in as your wide receiver too. You need another corner. You have Cam Dancer, who's good.
Who's their OC?
It's so interesting how they traded for Hawk, but like
Well, I think their OC is now Kevin
was
O'Connell,
good
who's the head
last
coach
year,
essentially. He's calling plays. But you know
mean-
who's their DC now? I think he's the DC. So can you fact check this? Brian Flores,
Brian Flores, really?
Oh, that's huge.
Dolphin legend.
Dolphin legend. So
Not-
puts a
not
heavy
quite.
emphasis on the corners, and they
Great
don't
defensive
they
coach.
don't really have any
Yeah.
corners besides Cam.
It is
so,
Brian Flores.
So
Wow, that's good.
the
But I dare you to name a Vikings defender.
Cam Dancer.
Eric Kendricks, is he still there?
No, he left. He's on the Chargers. The Chargers
That's a very Chargers-y pickup.
Very Chargers pickup.
Jared Allen.
Nah, they.
Number 69, baby.
Harrison Smith.
Harrison Smith might still be there.
No, I don't think
he resigned, I think.
Did he? I think Zadarius Smith left, or is he?
No, Zadarius Smith's on the Packers.
No, he was on the Vikings
He went
last
to
year.
the Vikings last year.
Oh.
It's weird when he go like interdivision like that. It's really fucking you up.
Yeah,
I can name another defender on the Vikings.
Harrison Smith was a good one. Real gritty.
Harrison Smith was a dog.
Good route runner, probably.
First,
if you put him on the
oh
offensive
my
side.
god! Of course. I mean, you know his footwork's gonna be on par, man.
All right. Anyway, they're a whole ass defense away.
They need to.
They could do everything on the defensive side of the ball all they want. They could add another wide receiver too. They're not contenders until they get rid of Kirk Cousins and find a more dominant quarterback. They were so fucking good last year in the regular season, and what happened? They lose to the fucking New York Giants.
Wait,
Yeah, but their offense actually, I think their play calling is just terrible too. I mean, they didn't score as many points as we give them credit for. Like, they had a negative point differential last year. I know their defense was horrible, but if your offense is that great, you're not going to have a negative point differential going into the playoffs.
Daniel Jones
their offense needs to get a lot better.
Daniel Jones looked like fucking Patrick Mahomes out there.
Against the Vikings, yeah.
I mean, I know we always joke about, like, every team go out and get Lamar, but, like, in actuality, if the Vikings,
that's one of the teams
if
that
the Vikings
legitimately
actually wanted
should.
to become a contender, they'd go out and get Lamar Jackson. Because you would
I
be able
still
to.
don't think you would contend just by doing that, though.
I don't.
They have no defense, man.
Yeah, I agree. But
Yeah,
Kirk
but the offense gets a lot better.
Cousins good, and we've always said he's like that 12 to like 16 range, 10
he
to
could be
16
fringe
range.
top 10 if he's playing well.
Fringe, but at the end of the day,
I agree. Kirk
Last
is
year
underrated.
felt like the ceiling for this team in its current set.
Which is really sad.
Which is weird.
What, they win 13 games?
They won 12 or 13 games.
They won a lot of games, but had a negative point. Like, they were playing nobodies.
They would always win in the last
When they would
minute
play a
and
good
win
team,
by
they
like
would get
3.
smoked. They lost to Dallas, 44-3. They lost to the Eagles by 30.
Dude, their kicker was the hero last year. Wasn't the Vikings
Greg
kicker?
Joseph?
Yeah.
I know my
Jew
kickers.
from
The
Florida.
Vikings weren't that good.
Florida.
Hey, happy
Greg
Passover.
Joseph.
Happy belated.
Happy
Yeah.
Passover. Let's move to the last team in this division.
Wait, so what do we wrap the Vikings? How did the Vikings become a contender?
They get
Defense.
Lamar.
Well, realistically, Lamar, but they're not going to do that. And
Yeah.
they don't necessarily have to because they have a good quarterback.
Defense. Lamar and defense.
And better play calling,
Defensive linemen,
better play calling.
corners,
I
and
don't know,
I
bro.
don't know. Good luck with Brian Flores.
Okay, last team in this NFC North here.
The future Super
America's team.
What do America's team? What do the Detroit Lions need to do to be a Super Bowl contender?
Who wants to go first?
Exist.
Yeah.
Exist. They
No,
need
I
more
gotta do
kneecaps,
a lot.
man.
Well, no, they ate them all.
They need to invest a little more defensively, for sure.
They actually
Jeff
added some
Okudah,
pieces.
bust at corner, but they added some pieces,
They
right?
added 3 new corners.
Yeah.
They need another defensive lineman to go with Aiden
Who are the
Hutchinson.
corners they added?
That I can't.
Damn, I thought you had it pulled up.
Oh no, they got.
They got some good
did
ones.
They get C.J. Gardner Johnson.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. All right,
They
we
did
got
get
one.
C.J. Gardner Johnson.
They got the Niners guy too.
They
right?
got Emmanuel Mosley.
And they got Emmanuel. Oh. All right.
Then you got Aiden Hutchinson's gonna.
He's so
next
good. He's
year-
gonna
By
take
the
the
way,
next step.
the
That's
Lions had the
second-year
6th
lead.
overall pick
Whew.
from the
They have
Rams.
2 firsts. The Lions have 2 firsts.
And 18.
Yeah, they have
6
2
and
firsts.
18
That's
in the first
fucking
round.
awesome.
The Lions actually, we joke, we said the Bears, but the Lions are the closest thing to being contenders in terms of teams that are not being appreciated. I think Vegas also has them as like a top 5 or 6 team in the NFC to win the NFC Championship, which is crazy.
I mean, they addressed their weaknesses in the offseason. You got a couple corners.
That's it.
Rodrigo's going to be real good middle linebacker in his second year next year. Aiden Hutchinson's going to have that second year leap. He's going to become a top 3 edge rusher in football, in my opinion. He's that damn talented.
I agree.
He's talented.
They don't need
the
much.
edge rusher position is so deep that it's kind of hard to
The
say.
Lions
Yeah.
don't need much.
It's hard to say that,
But I don't, and I know Jared Goff was a quarterback that went to the Super Bowl, but I don't think they're contenders with Jared Goff personally. So I think ideally you could draft a quarterback to kind of sit
They
behind Jared Goff. So that's, I think, where that leap comes because you would have him on a rookie deal.
You know what I think
But
they should do at 6 is draft Anthony Richardson.
I would agree.
With all that talent. And
And you know you love Anthony Richardson.
Oh, love him. You know, I'm the biggest Anthony Richardson hater in the world.
You are.
But if you can have him sit down behind a Jared Goff for, say, 2 years, right?
Yeah, even
learn
one.
under him a little bit and actually like kind of understand what it's like to be an NFL quarterback. Jared Goff's a guy that doesn't really make many mistakes either. He's kind of just a game managing kind of guy. Big ass fucking arm too. I think he could learn under him well and then eventually step in, be that guy.
Yeah, the Lions are close, man. Keep building that
Real
defense. You
close.
get a defensive tackle, you get another linebacker, you can get another corner, even though you added
Talk
3
about a
corners.
running back duo too now.
Yep.
Pretty
David
good.
Montgomery and
David
DeAndre
Montgomery
Swift.
and DeAndre
Swift
Swift.
is so
You got
good,
talent
too.
everywhere. So now you just keep building that
Yeah.
defense. You have 6 and 18 to be able to build that defense, whether that is a D tackle, a linebacker, or
Maybe
a
a
corner.
safety.
A safety. The Lions, man. I'm excited for the Lions this
They got
year.
a good
They're
thing going with
good.
Dan Campbell. That culture is
The
just
Lions are winning the
awesome.
NFC North.
I think we said that a few
Did
weeks
we?
ago, all of us.
think so.
Or at least
yeah,
you
I
and
think
I
we all
did.
agreed. I think we all agreed on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it
It's not,
should.
it's not a very good division, honestly.
Yeah, it's not.
You know what's gonna?
Now
It's
that
actually an underrated division, in my opinion, though.
It is.
the
It's
Vikings-
under,
The
it's
The Bears and the
underrated.
Lions. It's underrated, but still.
The Bears over-under is like 5.5
But
or
the
something.
guarantee, like,
Vikings are
the,
good.
the floor is low, the
floor is
ceiling
low.
is high.
Yeah.
You
What
know?
is the Lions over-under? Can we check that?
On
In terms of
wins?
Wins? Yeah, can we check the GameDay.com?
Yeah.
Probably
let me-
guess. I'm gonna guess.
Yeah, let's guess some over-unders.
I'm gonna
I'm
guess
gonna guess
they're
it's like-
9.5.
I was gonna say that. God damn it.
Actually, it's on
Good one.
DraftKings.
Hey, great minds think alike. Bro.
Actually,
Yeah, that's right.
Caesars dropped that. What'd you set it at?
9.5.
Ooh, that's high.
I
That
feel like
feels
it's
high.
that. Maybe 8.5.
Wait, what is it?
What's your bet?
Did you find this out on the GameDay.com?
I did.
Okay, so the GameDay.com, they have all the over-unders.
What is it?
What's your guess? Did you put in
What's
a
your
guess?
guess, bro?
Guess at him.
8.5.
6.5.
Whoa, take the over.
Disrespect.
That is disrespect.
That is disrespect.
What does the
What do you
GameDay.com
think-
say?
What do you think the odds? I'll tell you in a second. What do you think the odds are for them to make the playoffs?
Plus 450.
Plus 200.
plus. Well, now I mean with that, I mean plus 750.
Whoa.
Plus 410.
Woo! Let's all take it right now.
Let's
The NFC
see.
is so deep, dude. That's what's gonna be tough.
Build a little parlay. I would take that. What does the
The,
GameDay.com say?
the Giants, the GameDay.com are saying the Game Day's pick is prop bet under 6.5 wins at plus 105.
Don't
Oh,
listen to
fuck.
them.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Game
These
Day
guys are
pick,
actually
Aiden
good at
Hutchinson
gambling,
wins
dog.
Defensive Rookie of the Year. Is this last year? I don't understand. It says 2023.
If the Lions get Lamar Jackson, are they favorites to win the Super Bowl?
No.
Are they the best team in the NFC?
No.
Top 3. It would be Eagles, Niners, Lions. It'd be those 3.
Yeah, probably.
Nah, the Cowboys are better than the Niners.
That's also. Well, it would be.
In what fucking world?
In every aspect. Our
Bro,
defense is
in
better.
We
20
beat
20
your ass.
wait.
We beat your ass 2 years in a row in the playoffs.
Nah, y'all didn't beat our ass.
Go off.
You didn't beat our ass. Let's
We-
be very, very, very.
So you
very
think going
clear.
into
won.
2023, the Cowboys
You
are
beat
better
us
than
in
the
like a
Niners?
rock paper scissors, like best out of like 10,
You
11.
think going into 2023, the Cowboys are better than the Niners?
Oh yeah, no, undoubtedly, because our offense is much better, and our defenses. The defenses are pretty close.
Jack?
Our defense got better this year too,
It got better. I'm not entertaining
and it was
that
already
shit.
better than y'all before injuries last year.
No, it was not.
Yeah, before Jordan Lewis got hurt,
No, it wasn't.
we were the number one defense.
You guys have the most takeaways.
All
You
right.
had the
Well,
best
that's
defense.
all for this
How
week
do we
of
turn the Lions
recap.
into
entertain
contenders?
that shit.
How are you? What are you gonna do?
The Lions are the Jets. They're the same. They're cursed forever. They never win the
That's
Super Bowl.
actually facts.
It's a good take.
They're never winning the Super Bowl.
The Lions
I
are
like the Lions, though, I mean-
Mets.
Yeah, and the Mets are the
It's so
Jets.
true.
Let's
I don't
talk
think
about the
that's
Mets for a
correct, by the
second.
way.
Mets minute.
Wait, can we?
The Mets have
Maton's
been-
Mets minute.
The
We need
Mets.
to-
Oh,
you want my
Triple
Mets
M.
minute?
Yeah.
Maton's Mets
Alliteration.
minute?
I want your Mets minute.
The Mets are gonna Met.
We need to backtrack.
Is the season cursed?
Carlos Carrasco has a 16.5 ERA.
We need
Dude.
to backtrack.
Justin Verlander got hurt on his first week as a Met.
Yeah,
And Edwin Diaz in the World Baseball
Edwin
Classic.
Diaz jumping up and down tears his patellar tendon. What are we doing?
I'd like to
Bro.
put a disclaimer
All right, there
out
you go,
quickly.
Frank the
Hold
Tank.
on, disclaimer quickly. That is from August. That is not correct. The odds that we were just talking about are not correct.
Yeah, they're not.
They're not correct. The Lions over unders 9.5.
Bro.
What do you think about Easy Out Escoruff?
So don't.
I don't know who that is.
Game Day doesn't know
but
yet.
Justin Verlander though getting hurt, bro. Y'all got rid of DeGrom. Y'all
Tom,
thought y'all were
easy-
getting rid of
easy
the
out-
injury bug.
Yeah, DeGrom's been bad.
Easy
Nah,
Out Escoruff is what
DeGrom
Frank
fantastic.
is now
Kodai
calling
Senga.
Escobar.
Kodai Senga's about to win Cy Young.
Nah, facts. I love him, man. I've been watching him since his Pee Wee days.
Yeah, wait,
Yeah.
where did he
Little
play?
League.
Where
Where
did he play
again?
before?
Which
For the
co-
Mets?
Where'd he go?
What you mean when he was a kid? He
No,
played for
no, no, before the
he played
Mets.
for that little league team. You know, we used to watch him a lot. Remember?
Bro, you would wake up
the
early to
Braves,
watch
the
it.
He would
Atlanta
wake up
Braves.
early to watch
Braves.
little boys play.
Atlanta Braves. Yeah, we
You
watched the
would,
Little
you
League
would
World
wake up in the
Series.
middle of the night to watch little Japanese children throw baseballs?
Of course.
Dude, Kodai Senga, Japanese league legend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
With Shohei.
Fire.
Who's
Him and-
who's another Japanese
Shohei.
legend?
Ichiro.
Shohei.
Yeah, no, but like currently in the league.
Oh, Shohei Ohtani.
I was like, bro, you can't name
All right, yo, if you want to bet on baseball or on any NFL futures,
NBA playoffs coming up.
or the NBA playoffs, yeah, let's go Knicks, baby. Knicks winning it all.
Warriors
Go to
Warriors,
thegameday.com.
repeat.
Be sure to sign up for any of the best sports books there. You're going to want to get some skin in the game.
Oh,
so
how
go
Mavs
do it.
playoffs this year? You
All
gonna
right.
go far?
Yeah, we're trying to get that top 10 pick.
Nice. Good luck.
Thank you.
All
man.
right,
Appreciate
peace.
it.
We'll see you next time.
Disagree with any of these takes? Let us know in the comments below. Remember to like, subscribe. If we get to 10K subscribers, I'm getting an ass tat. That's going to be sick. So share with all your friends. And if you want all the best sports betting advice, head to thegameday.com.